Skulking Geist is actually okay if they're running the Cold Bloods. I think we've hit a couple Cold Bloods, to be honest with our Skulking Geists. But overall, it's not really that high priority. And because these decks are generally very, very aggressive, it's not something we want to be keeping. If we make it to turn 5 and we aren't already run over, the Blizzards can be very useful, obviously. But there's no guarantee. Oh, Hero Power. I liked that a lot. We're going to Primordial Glyph for something excellent. How much does an Ice Block help us? Ice Block. Where are the elementals, like in the title? Well, we have Baron Geddon. That's an elemental. Tar Creeper's an elemental. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's not a pure elemental. Frost Lich. That's fair. That's a fair point, Omar. Yeah, maybe should we change that? Is this more of the burst version, I guess? Yeah, you're right. This isn't like very heavy on the elementals. That's very, very true. We're going to go ahead and do the Ice Block. Oh my goodness, we don't even have our deck list up at all. And now this is the wrong deck list. Yeah, this is, you're right. This is very elemental light. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, whoops. And this, I think, now is the appropriate deck list up. But you're right. Still not very heavy in the elemental department whatsoever. Oh, our opponent's super slow playing that, which, to be honest with you, is a little bit scary. Double Ice Block. If our opponent's just setting up a big... I guess we'll throw out one of our secrets here. Maybe we didn't need to do that. Maybe we should have played the expensive one. Because it's going to be easier to combo later on. But I think this will be okay. Naga Corsair. Here we go. Ideal top deck is probably Doomsayer. But even Doomsayer is probably also just going to eat a... Is probably going to eat a Vile Spine. Waz, how's it going? Yo, right back at you. I think we're going to have to Frostbolt ping this down so we don't take a whole ton of damage. I don't think there's really any other play that we can be doing. Saves us quite a bit of damage. Yeah, now we get the Firefly spam. If that happens, I'm honestly okay with it. We can maybe Blizzard once. I don't want to Blizzard too many times because I think we are going to need to be using some of our AoE to combo with a big Doomsayer, even though the Doomsayer just gets eaten up by the Vile Spine. Not really sure here. Coining is reasonable. Primordial Glyph is kind of a little too risky. I don't know that I want to take this much damage. I really like the idea of just the Coin Blizzard. I think it's the simplest thing to do. It leaves the SI7 with 1 health. That way we can just ping it down next turn. You want to play meta decks, but you're free to play player? You know what? Yeah, I definitely understand that. When there's just decks out there and things you want to be doing, cards you want to be playing when you don't have access. But I don't know. I really felt like once I started playing more Hearthstone, and not necessarily like playing more, but playing for a longer amount of time, I was able to build up that dust. So now I feel like, yeah. Now I feel like it's a bit easier. Oh, this is just gonna be awkward here because we have to valet down we want to valet down the 2/3. But we have to ping this 2/2/2, so we're going to discover first. Maybe discover something excellent. Oh. This is going to be 1. What do we want? We don't want a mana bind. We want a cheap draw next turn. We'll ping this down. And we have to get rid of the poisonous because we don't want any of those shenanigans happening. Yeah, it's one of those. It's tough when you don't have the resources, man. But there's always like, I don't know. I find like with a lot of the decks, I know like the Priest notwithstanding right now. Oh boy. Priest notwithstanding, I feel like there are a lot of decks that have budget versions that you can still play and generally still have a good time with. Obviously not every deck has that, but I mean like this, you can kind of get the Frost Lich Jaina So now we have to dodge. Oh, well, this is what we were talking about, dodging that Vile Spine, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, there are definitely budget decks. Rank 13 with mid-range Hunter? Heck yeah. Congrats, man. Rank 13, honestly, with mid-range Hunter, I think mid-range Hunter can definitely push. Like, people have been pushing mid-range Hunter really, really strongly, I think. We're going to draw first here because we're going to need stuff to help us out. We're going to go Doomsayer with the Frost Nova. And then hope that our opponent doesn't have the Vile Spine. Maybe that's a little bit of a greedy... Maybe that's a little bit of a greedy play. You know, not expecting our opponent to have one of their core cards. Uh-oh. Shadow Step, Vile Spine, Bone Mare again. That's obviously not an ideal thing. Yeah, I think mid-range Hunter actually is in a very decent spot right now to be able to do some work on the ladder. Because you can tech in the Galacta Crawlers to deal with a lot of the early game pirates. Then you have a whole lot of burst available to you as Hunter. You just have that early game that just doesn't ever really quit. We're going to go ahead and develop something a little bit slower here, just so we can continue to cycle like crazy. While Baron Geddon is nice. Yeah, Hunter's one of those decks actually that right now I haven't played a mid-range Hunter in a long time. Uh-oh. That's terrifying. Cold Blood. Well, we were talking about getting rid of all those Cold Bloods, weren't we? Oh my. 12? We're getting stuck down at 1. Does that mean we're actually not getting popped right now? It's kind of cool. You run 2 Galactas and 2 Bitterhide? Yeah, I totally agree. I definitely think that's a good deck to be running. Yeah, that's yeah, lots of people have. I've definitely seen that deck do really, really good work climbing the ladder right now. I haven't played Hunter in a long time, actually, I don't think. We're going to have to do something very inefficient here, aren't we? Like, we're going to, like, ping this down, then Blizzard, which is awful, because we obviously need to kill this. Yeah, let's see what else we draw here. Hey, there's Skulking Geist, 1 turn late. We want to Blizzard this, and then we will Ice Barrier. That was amazing, but let's Squelch, because I don't want to deal with silly BM stuff. Yeah. I used to play Hunter a lot. Andre, do you think Vicious Fledgling will be nerfed? Oh boy. Now this is terrifying. This heals us a bunch. Wait, how much can we heal up actually? This heals us back to 9. Oh, we're actually in a lot of trouble right now. Do I think Vicious Fledgling will get nerfed? Vicious Fledgling, maybe, but probably not. Like, I don't think Blizzard feels like it's obviously an issue, but I don't know that Blizzard really feels like it's a huge thing. Give me 1 second and we'll talk more about Vicious Fledgling. We need to Frost Nova 7 ping. We really needed our Frost Lich here. I'm trying to avoid playing Alex, but we also need to set up a board. And so one of the things that we have to realize is our opponent has Bone Mare. This is Bone Mare because that was returned with their Shadow Step. And then this is a random card. I haven't kept track of this one at all. So I feel like we need to freeze our opponent's board. I like the idea of polymorphing this. 7. We can polymorph, freeze. Then we're at 3 mana, and then we just play one of our Arcanologists. I honestly think that's going to have to be the play. As much as I don't like this play, I think it's the play. And I don't like it because now one of these things still gets buffed, and we don't have a great AoE. And we don't have more stall, so... Oh, yeah, and you know what? We should not have played the Frost Nova. I totally regret this, because then something just still gets buffed here. Yeah. This was a misplay. Big misplay. Okay, Vicious Fledgling. I don't know that it's going to get nerfed anymore. Oh, this is very painful looking for us right now. Oh, and if we'd saved the freeze, we could have played Doomsayer this turn, and it would have been A-okay. Let's talk about welcome bundles or Karazhan in 1 second. My vote is welcome bundle, but give me a second to fully explain it. Explain why. Wow, what a mistake. What a misplay. What a misplay there. Can't believe that. That was horrible. How does Get In help us? Does Get In ever help us right now? Get In removes 2 things, but then we're doing way too much. Can we do anything with Doomsayer action? Not really, because we're still going to get popped, and we have no way of healing. Maybe we just Pyroblast, attack this down. We get popped at 1, then we heal back up. We get popped at 1, and then this still dies. I guess that's the only... Oh, boy. Yeah, that was a big misplay on my part. And I think we've lost, but we're just going to play it out anyways. Okay, Vicious Fledgling. I don't think it's getting nerfed. I think it's... I think Blizzard's happy now that the wild growth nerf is in. I think Blizzard's basically happy with the way that the ramp is slowed down, and they probably feel like, there's enough answers for 3 health. Whether that's true or not, it's probably questionable. But that's my understanding of the situation and how Blizzard feels about it. Okay. Maybe we're not dead, actually. I mean, there's a good chance we're dead. But maybe we're not. Oh, never mind. We can't play Get In. I think that kills us. No, I know that kills us. Ice block is 2, 4, 5. You know what? Maybe we just take out the 5/5 in Ice Block. Maybe that's the winning play, and then we end up healing afterwards, right? Because our opponent's going to have a bunch of stuff, but our health total doesn't matter anymore. So this is stuff. This minion, whatever comes out of here, is going to have to get dealt with. 4/5 is okay. 4/5 is okay. Now we'll be able to heal up all the way to 15. Maybe we have a chance. So to make a full decent deck, do you think I should buy Welcome Bundle or Karazhan? I didn't forget about that question. Wavesy. So I definitely think if you're like starting out or still trying to build like a more full collection, I definitely think the Welcome Bundle over Karazhan, because Karazhan will rotate out eventually, and that's one of those things that I always really worry about when I'm thinking about cards and dust and all that stuff. So I definitely vote for the Welcome Bundle, especially the fact that the Welcome Bundle now, like the way they've changed the legendaries, where you can't open a duplicate legendary, which is just kind of really excellent, right? Like, so if you already have a couple class legendaries, you're guaranteed to not get a duplicate, which is kind of awesome, I think. So I definitely would say, you're looking to spend a little bit, the Welcome Bundle's probably the best value, and especially because it's a class legendary that you're guaranteed to open. So that would then mean, best, we're still probably dead. Oh, backstab, there we go. This is, we're not in a good spot, but we're kind of okay. Come on, top deck, Frost Lich Jaina, maybe? Oh, if we didn't burn our, Welcome Bundle, definitely the way to go. Hey, Tar Creeper is definitely something that we can play with right now. Tar Creeper. Do we attack in? No. We're not going to attack into the 4. We will fireball the 4. We will get rid of this one so there's no shadow step. And we're just going to go ahead and Arcanologist. And holy moly, even with the misplay, we may have made a little bit of a comeback here. That's kind of silly. Wow. We got to see our opponent really had a slow start though as well, right? Like they weren't able to flood with the Fireflies to start the game. Like there was a lot of things that went wrong for our opponent there as well. And we're still basically looking for our Frost Lich Jaina to help us stabilize, right? Because until we get there, we're going to be worried every turn. Skulking Geist? Skulking Geist trade and face. You're gonna go with the Welcome Bundle? Yeah, good luck, man. I hope you get hope you high roll on that one. That's yeah. It seems like honestly like probably the best value to get started or to help build up help build your collection the way they've designed it right now. So that's really cool. But good luck with the packs. Whoa, can't believe we got this one. This was that's 2 Iceblocks that got popped. Warlocks are usually horrible matchups for us. And let's talk about why this is such a bad matchup for 1 second. Why don't we? Generally, our hero powers are we're both going for our DeathKnights. The issue is, in the long run, our opponent's DeathKnight will probably be able to beat ours. And that ends up being a big problem, because our major win condition is either going to be bursting by setting up some sort of lethal, some sort of like 2-turn, multi-turn lethal, or it's going to be the Frost Lich Jaina grind out your opponent until they have no resources, because we get one water elemental, frost elemental every single turn. Hey, Mistress of Mixtures. That's a cute card. I got it first. Let's go Ice Barrier here, so that if our opponent plays some big... minion here, we're going to be able to do a little Medivh's Valet trait. Oh. That's an interesting choice. Oh. Stealing that Valet that's tough. Knight T? Or Knight Game? You don't like the Razakis Priest? Not a huge fan of referring to decks like that, but overall, yeah, I mean it's strong now, but I've always liked Priest, and the fact that Priest is a little strong now, I got no problem with that. That being said, maybe we do a double trade and then play Acolyte, try and get more than one draw off of it. We'll talk about Priest in a second. Let me think for half a second here. I mean, we can Acolyte coin draw, but I'm tempted to go for... Yeah, you know what? We can Acolyte coin ping. Let's make sure we get these... let's make sure we get these double draws here. Talking about lots of draws. Yeah, I don't like that term referring to things like cancer decks. It's a strong deck, there's no doubt about it. But I think the people who do the really intense stats for like the Hearthstone monitoring, obviously not the Hearthstone team themselves, but the people who do it like themselves, like it's not even at the top of the win rate. And yes, there is a lot of Priest out there, but I think the last meta report that I read was saying that Priest is actually on the decline overall like played numbers. And then allowing 3 draws. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So there's a decline overall on play rate in Priest, and then also the win rate isn't even the highest of the decks that are being monitored, which is like, I understand like when you lose to the machine gun or like a massive OTK, or even if it's not an OTK, like 20 damage from hand when your opponent has nothing on board. Don't get me wrong, that's super frustrating. Everyone gets frustrated at that. But yeah, I've enjoyed Priest for a long time, of being very, very bottom, low tier. And yeah, I have no problem with the deck being like strong now. We're going to take a couple draws here. There we go. We'll get rid of that. We'll play out the Tar Creeper so we don't get milled too much. Although I think, you know what? I'm looking at our opponent's deck, and I'm very, very much thinking that our opponent might be playing, I can't remember the name of the cards, but they play one of the demons, which they give to you, and then they mill you like crazy with it. Like every time it takes damage, you discard a card. And so they kind of play this slow control game where they then give that minion to you, and then they cast... oh, yeah, I know all the cards in Hearthstone. They'll cast the AoE that they have now, their new fancy AoE, and then you lose. And because you lose all the cards from your hand. Are we going to Skulk in, guys? I think we should. I don't want to commit anything else to board. Let's see if we get anything here. We got nothing. That's, that happens. That's fine. We'll take the free. We'll take that, you know, it's a 6 mana 4/6. That's awful. Humongous Razorleaf Priest. Very unreliable, but fun when it works. You know what? Are you talking about the, Andre, are you talking about the Silence Priest? Where you run Humongous Razor, and then also, what's the other card? The Ancient Watcher, the 2 mana 4/5, and then Humongous Razorleaf's a 3 mana 4/8 type of thing. I'm very familiar. I have some Silence Priest decks. They're horrible. The games that I played are horrible. Don't watch those videos. I definitely made tons of misplays because I was trying to learn the deck. But I really, really enjoy the idea behind the deck. Yeah, you do the silences. You have the, that's okay stats, I guess, for a 5-drop. You have the silences. Yeah, Inner Fire, Divine Spirit, the double health, and all that stuff. I've heard that it is actually very, very strong. Oh, that's pretty not excellent for us. That card's actually pretty strong against that deck is actually pretty strong against Jade Druid. I've seen quite a few people say that if you're having trouble with Jade Druid, oh, you can get him to 32. Oh yeah, you can do crazy things with the Divine Spirit Inner Fire combos. I was actually trying to do a Inner Fire Divine Spirit Lyra deck during Ungoro, and honestly, like, Ungoro was like this glorious time. Oh, these are not excellent. Let's Frostbolt. Let's take a free Frostbolt. I'm honestly very tempted to Polymorph here, for the simple reason that if our opponent goes ahead and plays their, what is that thing called? If they play their Death Knight, we could be in big trouble if they have a whole bunch of demons come back. And having a 6/6 come back, right? Having a 6/6 not come back is actually very important, I think. And yeah, like I said, in this matchup, we lose to our opponent's Death Knight, unless we get our Death Knight out way before them. And unless we top deck it right now, it looks like that's not going to happen. So we could honestly be in a bit of trouble. Oh, well, there's another one. Looks like it's happening no matter what we wanted. If we top deck Frost Lich Jaina, I think we would still play it. Yeah, but that Silence Priest deck, it's really, really cool. I kind of really like it. I'm going to go for a Doomsayer play here. Arcanologists. Do we have any more secrets in our deck or no? Oh, we're going to use the one that actually costs... Oh, do we want to draw? No, we can't draw anymore. That would be silly. We'll just do this. Yeah, the Silence Priest had really, really, like, huge potential. And then the, what is it? Shadow Visions, where you can, like, you can discover spells from your own deck. I think that really, really helped push that deck, like, to the next level where it's, like, very, very viable. Whoa, what's our opponent doing? Unless we just get hit with a silence. If we get hit with another silence, opponent's just, you know, doing that so they don't lose a card. Oh, this is actually excellent. Onto an empty board, we get to Frost Lich Jaina. Even if our opponent now Death Knights, this could be, this could actually be very, very interesting game if we get to go Death Knights head to head. And if not, you know what? That's okay. Oh, Siphon Soul. No freezing for us. What is this? That's Ice Bear. We haven't been attacked in a while here. I think we let this go. I think we do. Ooh, opponent's tapping it up. Tapping it up. How much damage do we have from hand now? We have 6 from the Fireball. Then we have 6 from our Frostbolts. That's 12. So we're not really there yet. We have no reasonable way to... We have no reasonable way to take out the Doomsayer. We could go Fireball Ping, honestly, to rebuild. Like, to start building back our Water Elementals, but I don't really think that's the best play right now for us, because I think this Fireball is going to be needed later on, like, for the Abyssal Enforcer that comes back from our opponent's Death Knight. I think that's going to be more important. Yeah, maybe we'll just do a little ping. Maybe we have to slow play this right now. Maybe that's the way we have to do. Our opponent's just looking for their Death Knight, I'm assuming. You know, they played a Doomsayer. Uh-oh. Oh, that's totally fine. That's totally reasonable. And we still have no acceptable ways to be generating we still have no reasonable ways to generate Any elementals here? I mean, we can do a super heal, though, with a Baron Geddon, which is always fun. But let's go ahead and Primordial Glyph first, just in case. Hey, we can get that Blizzard back. Didn't we just have a Blizzard get burnt? Right? Yeah, we can get it right back. We could actually even Blizzard and then ping No More Fatu. That could be a cool play. After your opponent plays a minion, add 2 copies of it to your hand. Well, we don't want to mill ourselves. Do we want to re-roll the Primordial Glyph is the question. And you know what? I think we do. Because I think we want to go for a little bit of burst action here if we can. We'll play that again. Missiles. Missiles is going to cost 5. Yeah, I'll take it. Let's Blizzard it up. And then let's take that Elemental. Let's get these Elementals going here. Yes, our opponent continues to heal while we're trying to set up some sort of multi-turn burst. But I think that's totally A-okay. This obviously still hits the 1 damage, but we can still trade. And whenever else gets played, we can still... Oh, hello. Opponent, I think, did that 1 turn early, no? They get 1 of each right now, right? Yeah, this takes 2 damage, so that's unfortunate for us. And then, like I said, yeah, our opponent's hero power is slightly better than ours. We can Baron Geddon into what? Baron Geddon doesn't help us, and I think we want to save it a little bit for those heals. Do we have to fireball the 6/6 down? I think we do. Hold on. How else can we do this? We can do this a little bit better, can't we? I mean, setting up the Medivh like is like the quote unquote winning play. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know how much I believe that right now. Like, we're gonna Medivh, and then the next turn we'll have to Baron Geddon because we'll take so much face damage that it's not even gonna really help us in the long run. So maybe we just throw a fireball here. We do this. And now we have the options of like trying to risk like a hit on this despicable Dreadlord. Or do we want to Frostbolt it? Yeah, we'll save some of our burst. Yeah, I was debating throwing out the Arcanologist there. Then ruled against it at the very, very last second. Which we'll see if that ends up paying off or not. Yeah. Being at 3 health, obviously, we just take that every single time. Our opponents... This is a really interesting... I've seen this... I saw this yesterday, whenever the last time it was that I streamed. Give me that armor. Yeah, it was really interesting how there's so much lifesteal in this style of Warlock deck. Very, very cool. How do we do this? Do we want to save a Frostbolt? I think we want to save a Frostbolt. Oh, no. We can actually Frostbolt now. Do we want to get rid of the Dreadlord of the lifesteal? The thing is, I'm going to go ahead and Frostbolt. Then Medivh, and then ping, because I don't want to get a 0 mana minion right now, if we can avoid it. And this way now we have a strong board. Luke, how's it going? My day's going pretty good. How's yours? Yeah, we're doing some later evening Hearthstone climbing with the old Lich Jaina. And this game has been absolutely amazing. I hope we end up winning it, because this has been a really fun game. Nice, you're doing good? Nice. Yeah, end of the week is always a good time for a little Hearthstone. Oh boy. 3 in the 4 attack. That's okay. Our opponent's back to full. We got our Water Ellie action going on. I think the plan is going to be Ice Block Medivh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, it is. Even though we get a 3-drop off of this. I'd rather a 3-drop than... Oh, you know what? That's a very respectable 3-drop. So the plan is to not eat a... what's that card called? Twisting Nether right now. If we have to, oh well. we'll do it. But then we're going to try... We still have a Pyroblast and a Firelands Portal in our deck. So we're going to hope to Alexstrasza our opponent's face. And then set up our big, big burst. And I think that's basically going to be the game plan here for this. Okay, that's nice. That's cute. Let's see what else our opponent's going to have to do a whole heck of a lot of stuff right now. Oh, that we're going to have to get rid of that. That's unfortunate. Our opponent knows we have to get rid of that as well. Oh, okay, this is going to be less Alexstrasza right now than I was hoping. Also, it's also going to be less Firelands than I was hoping. The issue is, of course, making sure we get rid of the Bloodworm. I'm okay with the 5-drop right now, to be honest. That's a good hit. That's a good hit. Oh, that's an unfortunate hit. But we get the 5-drop, so that's cool. Yeah. The Divine Shield is nice. Oh, I thought we were lagging out there. I was terrified there for a second. The Divine Shield is nice, but it doesn't help us against Twisting Nether, so it's not really that big of a gain. That being said, there's going to be 6-7 after we set our opponent down to 15. So if our opponent's at 8, all we need to do is top deck 1 and 3 with the Pyroblast. And then we'll be good. Maybe our opponent has the Doomsayer or Twisting Nether now, to be honest. They could Hellfire, but yeah. Hellfire doesn't really do much except get rid of the Divine Shield. Our opponent has no Mortal Coils because we didn't burn anything even after we played our Skulking Geist. I'm trying to figure out what else is in our opponent's hand. They have so many resources here. Maybe this is Hellfire now? I mean, I guess we Alex, but maybe we just lose if we do that, right? Hold on, let's do the math. Our opponent goes down to 15. Then we go 12, 9, 8. They're able to heal up to 11. Twisting Nether is 8 mana. And then they heal up to 11. Then we Pyroblast. They're up to 1. They heal up to 4. Oh, we're going to kind of need to get a little lucky. Or we need to top deck our Firelands. Which actually, no. We're guaranteed Firelands the following turn. So maybe that's okay. I don't think our opponent's going to have much more healing. Andre, do you also play WoW? Yes and no, but no. I've stepped away from WoW. I used to play a whole ton of WoW. I played not from day one, but I did play vanilla before their last major vanilla patch. So, and then I've played, oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, spell power, but it's not a clear board wipe. Doesn't it just stop now because nothing died? Oh no, their own minion died. Yeah, no. That's... Yeah, I used to play WoW a lot, but not anymore. And then I used to play to make a little bit of gold. Oh, that was such a good game. Oh, that was such a fun game. Yeah, so it was. Our opponent was trying to do the Howl Fiend combo there. And we were somehow able to, I don't know if play around it is the correct way of saying, but it was at the bottom of their deck. And yeah, they didn't set up their Defile, absolutely perfectly. So good for us. Okay, let's keep going though.